You're on tour now. How's the tour going?
Oh, fantastic. It's really, really amazing. It's I think my funnest show yet.
Well, it's different than I think anything you've done.
Yeah, it's a lot more inclusive. In the past, we've always had opening acts, which is great, and I've had the luxury to choose. But this time around, after doing Lilith this summer, I ended up playing with a bunch of the musicians who are in my band.
Right. They
They are also solo artists, songwriters, and I ended up going and playing in their sets, and the rest of my band followed. So when we were putting this tour together, I thought, well, why would we have opening acts? We were already all up on stage together playing, and we'll just do one big mashup. And also, for me, I feel like I have a pretty great audience, and I think they're pretty open-minded, and I really want to give these gals as much of a step up as I can, as opposed to... a Butterfly Boucher. Right. He's my bass player, great songwriter, and Melissa McLachlan. As well as in my band.
People are getting their money's worth. This is like a 3-hour show from what I'm told.
I think it's almost 3 hours in the end. Yeah, there's a 15-minute intermission in the middle. I do a lot of Q&A, which is really fun too.
Really? How do you pull that off? Do you put like a microphone in the audience?
Well, that would be very time consuming. So when we thought this through, we thought, let's get people to ask questions. They write them down on a piece of paper at the merch table. It goes in a box, and then they come up on stage and get put in a little hat. And a couple times throughout the show, I'll answer questions. And I pretty much I'll answer anything.
Nice. What's a crazy question?
There haven't been really crazy ones. There's been a couple real lowbrow ones, like, does the carpet match the drapes and things like that. But, that's just really, really okay. But, it runs the gamut to stupidity like that to, what's your sense of spirituality? And, it is, but okay, well, do you have a bottle of wine in 3 hours? I mean, it's not a quick and simple 30-second blurb, which you kind of need to do unless you want to, be going till 3 o'clock in the morning, which, I don't think the house wouldn't like it because there's always curfews, right? So
the kids are on the road with you?
Yes, they are. They went out to the bus about half an hour ago. I think my little one's going to come watch a few songs.
It's very McCartney. Every time I see a family on the road, I always think of McCartney back in the 70s bringing the family on the road.
Well, it's a luxury to be able to take my kids with me. I couldn't do this if I had to leave them at home. Mm-hmm. I just wouldn't be possible for me. They're my number one priority. And luckily they take to it like pigs do you know what. They love being out here. And I homeschool my oldest. I spend like an hour and a half every day with her teaching in the morning. And then we go swimming. We went to West Edmonton Mall today and went on the roller coasters. So fun.
Are they into music? Are they playing anything?
They're not playing so much. Yeah, India, my oldest one, took piano lessons for a couple of years, but it didn't go so well because she's not one of those. She's like a punk rocker. Oh. She doesn't want anybody telling her what to do, but anything. I already know how to do that. So she's a bit tricky. I think my younger one might be interested, but I feel like they are almost rebelling against it because they see me doing it.
That makes sense.
But they're both very musical. They sing and they dance, and they both have pretty good pitch.
You could use them as a choir on a track.
Yeah, you never know. They clam up whenever the mic, I go, here, sing.
What was first for you, guitar or piano? What did you grow up with?
Ukulele.
Ukulele?
When I was 4 years old. Yeah, ukulele. I wanted to be Joan Baez when I was 4. Was too small for a guitar.
Probably hit those notes. She's got a very crazy range.
Oh, she's got just one of those beautiful, pure, honey-like voices, and I doubt I could hit all the notes back then, but I loved her, and so my mom got me a ukulele, and then I moved on to classical guitar, and then started taking piano, I think when I was 11.
It's interesting, because a lot of kids rebel against the piano.
I loved it. I mean, we got a family moved away and gave us their old upright, and I loved it, because, coming from a guitar background, piano felt so simple. And I got on it and instantly could just play things by ear because all the notes were laid out. And so it was a much easier instrument for me to learn.
What do you find easier to write on these days?
Piano. I'm more fluid on piano. I'm more natural. I can let go and sort of have the two entities separate, whereas guitar I feel a lot more beholden to getting the notes right, and I'm just not quite as comfortable on it, and while singing at the same time.
I know we're a little rushed here because you got to get on stage in like 15 minutes, but I was hoping we get a couple of storytellers clips from you on a few of the songs we play on the station.
Sure, I can try. I might not remember.
Well,
I'm terrible at this, but okay, good.
Loving You Is Easy.
Loving You Is Easy is just a simple, joyous, fluffy first throes of love song where after a long dry spell you think, there's possibility, it can happen, all the flowers start blooming and birds start singing. It's like springtime.
Fallen.
Fallen. Oh, now you're getting me. I have to think of the lyrics. Well, it's about screwing up. And I think it speaks to a really common human condition of falling into patterns and making the same mistakes over and over again, and trying to pull yourself out of that and taking a different path. But
Cool. And building a mystery.
building a mystery is essentially about creating an interesting facade for yourself because of you masking insecurities or something, and putting forth a really creative and mysterious exterior. Pretty simple. Just it's sort of like a character study, really.
I like that. We do something called 5 questions. 5 quick questions, 1-word answers.
Okay.
Road or studio?
Not so easy. Depending on my mood, but or today, road.
Okay, fair enough. That's probably.
Yeah.
Lennon or McCartney?
Lennon.
Most important thing in a song, lyrics, melody, or rhythm?
Melody.
Song you've written you're most proud of?
Angel.
And in 1 word, Sarah McLachlan.
Sarah McLachlan. One word. Goof.